Manchester United 2, AC Milan 2, and Manchester United have won on a penalty shootout. David Hare actually saving a penalty for once, which is quite a rarity, to be honest. Not the greatest keeper on penalties. His record is pretty poor, and that ends Manchester United's pre-season with complete straight wins, apart from this one, which was a draw and a victory on a penalty shootout. So we didn't win this particular cup, but that doesn't matter to me. It's the getting the players fit and ready for the season ahead. And to be honest, I was little bit disappointed that we didn't see some more players given the opportunity in the second half. We haven't really rotated the side so much in the second half, which was the biggest disappointment. Along with our midfield, I'm pretty damn worried about Manchester United going forward for this season. When you're looking at Manchester United's squad, I know this is pre-season, but we were without Paul Pogba with a suspected back injury. I don't know if that's the case really, but if Paul Pogba doesn't play in that midfield, I do really worry for Manchester United's options in there. Without any new signings, I really do worry for Manchester United this season, and I'm not sure if Manchester United are going to be dominant enough in that midfield in order to create enough chances to score enough goals in the season. Although we've scored in all these games of the pre-season, the Christiansen game was the only game where we struggled to break anyone down and only scored from a penalty. All the others we have scored from open playing. I mean, Rashford getting a nice finish in that first half, and Jesse Lingard getting one in the second half. Rashford's on form at the moment, so that does give me a bit of confidence that hopefully he can improve this season and hit that 20 goal mark in all competitions, which is what we need. I'm still not convinced with Anthony Martial whether he's going to be up for playing that centre forward role. That really does worry me as well. So there's a lot of conundrums for Manchester United from this game. And although we've conceded 2 goals in this game, obviously Slabhead would fit into the back four to make it hopefully stronger going forward. But I thought second half 2-1 Zabi looking fantastic and could be a real asset for Manchester United this season. Got quite a few minutes in that second half. That was a positive for Manchester United. I think he got around 25 minutes, whereas Angel and Mason only got about 10 minutes towards the end of the game. I think they're coming in the 82nd minute, with 3 minutes injury time as well. Only 11 minutes is just not enough football to get in this game, and it does wonder to me whether they're going to feature him. I mean, he did hint that Mason Greenwood may feature against Chelsea, but to be honest, I'm not too sure if he's even going to make the bench, depending on what players come back, whether Pogba comes back, whether any of the others, the likes of Sanchez, are fit and ready to go, whether we bring new players in. Obviously Maguire will come back into the squad probably for Manchester United's game next week against Chelsea. You would expect him to at least be in the squad. Whether he plays a behind closed doors game, I'm not too sure, but it is a big one next week against Chelsea, and are we really ready for that game? We've still got to really be looking to sign at least 1 or 2, for me, midfield players to slot in there. I just don't think that the midfield with McTominay, Matic, Pogba and Andreas Pereira, and I mean Jimmy Garner's barely even featured on this pre-season, and that is disappointing for me when you're looking at how poor Matic has been in, and looking past his best, that Jimmy Garner isn't even getting any game time at all. And I think he might be able to. I mean, he's only young. This is the problem. But could he step into a midfield role and play some games this season? We will have to wait and see. But I'm a little bit concerned going into that first game against Chelsea. Not too sure what to expect. I mean, we have won all the games. The positivity's there from last season. There was so much negativity coming into the season. But this season, Solskjaer seems to have got more positivity out of the team. But I don't know. But without Paul Pogba in that midfield, I think it is going to be a bit of a shit midfield. And will we create enough chances? And will whoever's playing in them attacking positions? Because I would expect next week we will probably start the season with Martial in the number 9 position, with Rashford probably out on the left, and probably Daniel James out on the right, which I'm not too confident going forward with that front three that we're going to score enough goals. That is my biggest problem. And we're going to have creativity and goals from that midfield three if Manchester United are going to progress this season and get back nearer to the top. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this game. I mean, this game doesn't have any bearing at all on what happens over the season, obviously not, but it's just about getting these players fit and everything, but would have just liked to have seen some more game time from Mason, Angel and Tai Chong as well. Didn't come on today, which was disappointing. I don't really give a shit about the likes of Jones and Smalling not coming on, because they're shocking players and should, hopefully one of them should departure, because Tuanzebe I thought, being, as I've said, I thought was decent in that second half. And if Jones and Smalling remain at Manchester United, will Tuanzebe get a look in? I mean, he's played Rojo a bit lately in these games, and I think Rojo probably should be ahead of them if fit. But Tuanzebe for me would be behind Lindeloef and Maguire in the pecking order if I was the manager. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the situation between them and everything on Manchester United. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.